I'm going to need your assistance when the caps came off. Get socks first. But yes, please get it. Hi, Peaches. Sorry I'm late. I've been getting extra sleep because I'm fighting the crud. I think I'm over it now. Just the tiredness after effects of it.
Hello there, Peaches.
Go ahead and have a seat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna need your help. Well then go. Hey, pretty girl.
Yeah.
She pulled one of her caps off.
Yeah. Because of quiet you.
Only when you're in here, or I'm in here. You can move stuff if you need it.
I did.
I have claw caps on her left hind paw because she was scratching at her face. You know, itches, they always scratch at their face. And her claws were catching on her tumor, making it bleed. And then she'd bathe her belly and she'd get blood all over her belly and it would dry and get crusty. So, putting these claw caps on to prevent that from happening. I don't need one on every claw, just the ones that are actually going to hit her face. Give me a glove.
Excuse me, kitty.
I just need to be able to hand you the glue. Just one glove.
Excuse me.
So don't glue my fingers together. pretty girl. Okay, take the cap off.
Oh.
Chris, can you scratch her cheek? She's getting right in my line of sight. Don't you hurt my light? There we go. Okay, I got it. There we go. There we go. You can put that up now.
Need me for anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want me to throw that away?
What away? This?
Yes.
Sure. I need to hold her for a few minutes to make sure the glue sets. I do have something I'd like to say, a PSA of sorts. If you, go ahead, close the door. If you have serious concerns about her care or what goes on here, please contact me at fosterdadjohn@gmail.com. I've been aware that some, I won't say names, but someone believes that this room is all wrong for Peaches and that she should be at the shelter. Now, if you had contacted me privately, I would have told you that if she was kept at the shelter, she would be isolated to a single cage for 2 weeks. No window, no towers, because she has a URI that she needs medicine for. She can't be around other cats right now. And that would take up a cage that could have been used for a really sick cat. So cats that need a little bit of time for sicknesses, socialization, or such, the best place that they can be is in foster care. And then in the shelter, in a cage, she wouldn't have anyone to sit next to. She wouldn't have anybody to lay next to her so she could snuggle up against them. So please, if you have concerns, contact me at fosterdadjohn@gmail.com. You get fuzz in your claws. You ready for your meds, girl? You ready? Wait. Here we go. Much better. Okay, I'm going to open up chat now. Since I am watching, you can ask me questions now, too. Now, let's not talk bad about people voicing their concerns, because that would make other people less likely to do so. Peaches is scheduled to have her hyperthyroid radioactive iodine treatment on the 30th. And she won't actually get it on the 30th, but they want the clinic that gives the treatment will keep her for a day, get her, I guess, I don't know all the details, but they'll get her ready for the treatment, which she'll get on the following day. And I believe she needs to be held for a couple of days after that. She'll be in my care probably for another month. I won't be here during the kitten cam con, but my son will come in and make sure she gets plenty of company. If she is here. I don't know if she's coming back here yet. So maybe the end of the month and maybe close to mid-month of next month. What you smelling? What you smelling? For those who are wondering about what KCC is, it is the Kitten Cam Con, which takes place the Wednesday before Mother's Day in the U.S., which is May 10th, Wednesday through Saturday. This where all of the viewers decided they wanted to get, well, it started last year when people chatting online decided, hey, let's meet up. The Average Joe Cat Show is coming up. Let's center around that. And let's have some fun. And it was an amazing success. Thanks to Joan, who adopted a couple of my fosters, and all the other people who helped plan it. It was a great time for everyone. And everybody automatically has something in common, the kitten cam. So most people became instant friends. Tony asked if Washington has any laws about length of quarantine past iodine treatment. I don't know. I admit I haven't looked up much onto the details as radioactive iodine treatment. I need to so I can share that. Well, your tumor's looking better since I got the claw caps on. She will also have her tumor removed. I'm not sure if that's going to be before or after the radioactive iodine treatment, but it will be before her adoption. She will be on the current meds until next Friday. Next Friday will be her last day. She's scheduled for 2 weeks of meds, or until the meds run out. Well, it should be Friday. She's using my hand as a pillow. She's pressing her forehead against it. Oh, look at that. Look at you. Look at you, you pretty girl. Look at the bellies. Look at the bellies. She has a bald spot on her belly from where they shaved her to check to see if she was spayed. They were looking for a spay scar, which I can see. It's about the width of my thumbnail. It's not tattooed like Perfect Pals does. Perfect Pals will tattoo a green line and then cut near that line so that it's more clear that they have been spayed. Peaches is the sweetest cat I know, that I've known for a long time. If I were to lay down on this floor right now, which I'm not going to because my coffee's right here and I need to drink some, she would go back and forth and then lay right against my chest, back against my chest, about 4 out of 5 times. And then and if I wrap my arms around her, she will use my arms as a pillow. Basically, she is a teddy cat. She is 13 years old, and with the exception of her thyroid, she seems to be in perfect health. Her coat is awesome. I believe her previous owners did not skimp on her food quality. She's a very luscious, very soft coat. After her treatment, she will be radioactive. You won't be able to take her overseas, for example. She will set off every alarm at the airport. That could be fun, though. Recommended not to let them sit on your lap for more than 15 minutes after they come home, or you may castrate yourself radioactively if you're male, or have some really interesting looking kids, which could be fun too. Anyway, um, and you have to collect their poop for a period of time because it will be radioactive as well. She's not too keen about the base of her tail being scratched occasionally. She may nip at me if I do that. She definitely prefers around the neck area. I saw a comment about using flushable litter. If you live in a trailer park, I do not recommend using flushable litter. They do not have a very sophisticated septic system, you could say. When I was in Tennessee, I moved out of a house into a trailer home for about 6 months before I moved up here. And I tried out the flushable litter. When I heard people outside and saw plumbers going through the pipes because the trailer down one level, their toilet started backing up. It's like, okay, I think I'll stop that. I didn't say nothing. Black mice taste best, huh? There's catnip everywhere. Need me ask, how is Kugra doing? He's still doing pretty good. He actually dropped a pound. He was 18 pounds, which is up from 8 when he was at his worst. He's on a steroid now for his for intestinal lymphoma to slow down the cancer. which also makes him hungry, which also makes him eat, which makes him fat. But he's a very happy fat cat right now. He's very cuddly and acting normal. Sin asked, how do you think she would do with a vacuum cleaner? I don't know. It's about time to vacuum the house again. I had my son vacuum just before she came here. So we have not experienced that yet. Free Spirit asked, how do I think she would do in a multiple cat household? From her surrender paperwork, she lived in a multiple cat household, and she played with the other cats. I don't know how true that is or not, but when I introduced her to Kubra, Socks, and Kubra and Socks, when they came into the room behind the fence, she was hissing at them, but her tail was like this. If she was upset, her tail would not be like that. And as soon as I shooed them out the door, she was like, whatever. Rachel asked, what do you consider to be the best cat litter for adult cats? That's a tough one to answer because in a large part it plays to the cat itself. Some cats don't like scented litters. Some cats don't like clay. Some cats don't like pine. So it's one of those things like I do with fosters. I experiment to see what works. Her Adele asked when will her tumor be removed and how long will it take for recovery? I'm not sure when her tumor will be removed yet. I need to clarify that with Perfect Pals. I do know that it will happen before she is put up for adoption, and recovery should be negligible. There we go. Anna asked that, or said that I said that she would be radioactive after her radioactive iodine treatment for her hyperthyroidism, and how long will she be radioactive after? That's one of those things that I don't know yet. I do know that it will fade over time. Other people in chat who has pets that have gone through it would have a better idea. TR said that Emily made a fish bed challenge a while ago, which means that a human crawls in the fish bed or tries to look like the fish bed tried to eat him or her. You have to do that now. Okay, first, end of QA. So I don't see anything more like that. Okay, here's fish bed. Chatter, if you're looking to buy one, Chatters will give you a better idea as to what it's called. It starts with something like a K. I can't pronounce it. I thought about doing this. No, I know what has happened in there. Oh, it got me. It got me. Okay, there you go. Challenge complete. Have at it, Mom. Another reason for ending Q&A is I can't talk too much. Got a hoarse throat. There was poop in there at some point in time. No idea if there was pee in there, but I can tell you there's a lot of kittens in there, and kittens sometimes have accidents. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close chat. Hmm. The spammers are getting a little smarter with their spam accounts on Facebook. I get a lot of friend requests. A lot. About 3/4 of them are spam accounts. A good way to check those is to view their profile, see if they changed their profile picture or banner picture recently. A lot of times they just did it, and if there's nothing else, there's a very good chance that is a spam account. Do not accept those, especially if it says they just recently activated Facebook Mobile. But the one I'm looking at now, okay. Well, no, this one's legit. It goes back to last year, a couple of years, 3 years back. Okay. But check to see how far back their posts go. If they go back to 2014, it's probably legit. If but a lot of them now are not posting several status updates and all that, but they're all in real quick succession. If you have a follower, if you accept followers, you actually have to ban them, because if you just delete the request, they become followers. So I have to ban and then unban so they don't clutter up my banned list. Coffee, coffee. I need your coffee. Uh, you're welcome to friend me or follow me on Facebook. It's John John.Bartlett at Facebook/John.Bartlett, or you can view the about information on the Critter Room and get a link to it. I only accept friend requests from those I actually know and interact with frequently. So don't take it the wrong way if I don't accept your friend request. Most of the stuff I post now are public, so you would be able to see and interact with me with stuff that I post just as if you really were a friend or friend. They say that a person can only keep track of about 150 people, and we keep track of who knows who else, and their interactions between 150 people. Beyond that point, you won't be able to remember how a certain person is related to you and other people, what the relationship is. At first, I actually did accept everybody as friends. But whenever I pulled up Facebook, the news feed was nothing but cat pictures. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't able to actually see posts from my friends, my real friends, mind you. Well, that's when I started accepting followers. My Just as a warning, my sense of humor is not for everyone. In here, things are censored. Like one of my most recent post was about 23 parents who are funnier than their kids, and the picture has a cake saying, "I'm glad you were the strongest." You have to view it for yourself. Censored. But I sometimes talk about controversial issues and my viewpoints on that. But every time I do post something like that, it's never something that just comes up on my mind and I start pounding on the keyboard. I actually brainstorm all the issues, pros and cons for days, if not weeks, if not months before I comment about it. You may occasionally see posts of my cats. If you're looking up information on fosters, you won't find it there. Just stick to the critter room if that's what you're looking for. She's cleaning her toes. If you're looking for my controversial post, view the notes. The notes is where I put them because they're easier to find. Like the most recent one on that front was religious freedom and sexual orientation. About it being a choice. It's not a freaking choice. I encourage anybody to comment as long as they comment politely. It is a debate. It is not an argument. And just because someone does not agree with your point of view does not mean that they are arguing with you. And those who are rude on my chat, on my Facebook page, or have their commenting rights revoked. Here I am saying that I need to stop talking because I got a hoarse throat and I haven't shut up yet. If you know of the Critter Room store on Cafe Press, you can now order my watermark on t-shirts and mugs. The rescued are my favorite breed shirts are available at perfectpals.org. The white ones like this do not change colors. If you get the white with a black handle, they do change color based on the temperature of the liquid they're in. Now, Sarah of Sarah's Kitten Cuddle Room, who has young kittens that are just learning how to walk and eat and poop, she just started up a Cafe Press store as well. You can find it by searching for Sarah's Kitten Cuddle Room, or go to Facebook and search for Sarah's Kitten Cuddle Room there. She has a link to it. I'm thinking about ordering her shot glasses. Oh, I'm not thinking about it. I am going to. I just haven't done it yet. None of my Image asked which of FDJ's former fosters will be at the Abigail Cat Show. I thought he was asking, if Trillian will be there. Trillian, coffee burps. Ooh, will not be there just because she hasn't taken to the leash yet. But I believe there'll be at least one or two of my former fosters there, maybe more. Oh, yeah, Ace will be there. I think Real and Boris may be there. Peach is the only cat here. She is not pregnant. She's spayed. She was spayed 5 years ago. She's a senior cat that needs treatment for a upper respiratory infection, and then a radioactive iodine treatment for her hyperthyroidism. Then she'll be ready for adoption. Okay, Boris will not be there, just Rio. The little fluffy marshmallow. Okay, I'm done drinking my coffee. And therefore done with being able to wet my throat. So I'm going to go ahead and read for a little bit. No longer reading chat. In fact, I just force closed the application. Be sure to thank our nice CCers. They provide an invaluable service for the kitten cam community. Not everyone can hear, and not everyone has the option of being able to listen if they're at work, on the bus, etc., etc. She's having a can of cod and catfish. She doesn't like just plain cod though. She seems to definitely prefer the fish flavors. I'm feeling a lot better. Peaches, I was saying I'm feeling a lot better over yesterday, though my throat's still itchy. Peaches demands an immaculate litter box.
There you go, Peaches.
Oops. Came down a little hard there. She's letting me pet her belly. Oh, I was planning on leaving before the reset. It looked like it happened 10 minutes ago. Belly rubs. Belly rubs. Sorry, Faith. I was trying to make it a little bit easier for you. I got lost in my book. She's all stretched out and purring. I'll be closing the curtains when I leave. I'll be going to a friend's birthday party, dinner, and afterwards, I'll be back after the sun sets. No? Okay. That's Uncle Chicken Fish, the first one. The ones that you see on other kitten cams are a newer model, has a different style of fish hanging from it, which has long been chewed off in this case. And these are actually glued on eyes. Googly eyes, they wiggle. And evidently this one comes with authentic kitten poop. I don't need to clean that. I didn't notice it. She's purring gently. If you have any concerns about the well-being of any foster in my care, please contact me at fosterdadjohn@gmail.com. Earlier, someone was commenting that this was the wrong environment for Peaches and that she needed to stay at the shelter. This is actually the best place for her. If she was at the shelter, should be confined to a cage for a minimum of 2 weeks because she has an upper respiratory infection and she needs treatment for that. She can't be around other cats right now. And that would take up a cage that could be used for a much sicker cat. So foster care is the best place for a cat who needs treatment or socialization than the shelter, where they would be able to see many people there, but that many people would not be able to interact with them because they're working. Now, please don't say any negative comments towards that person. I don't want to discourage anybody from contacting me if they have any concerns. I will listen. I read every message that I get sent, and I reply to the vast majority of them. And sometimes things could be better here. So I'm always open to suggestions. After her treatment, and I verified that her fecal does not contain any parasites or other concerns, I plan on introducing her to Kugra. Kugra is one of my cats that he's a very easygoing soul. He doesn't mind other cats at all. In fact, when I did a brief introduction between Kugra and Peaches, Kugra was like, didn't even see her pretty much. He was curious about the room, didn't care about the cat hissing right in his face. And speaking about hissing, it was more, her hisses were more of a, this is my room, back off type nature. As soon as I escorted Kugra out the door, she just walked off like, tail up and everything. She was never upset. Her previous adopters, or previous owners, mentioned on the surrender paperwork that she lived with other cats and played with them. She also lived with other dogs, did not like them. She also lived with young children, tolerated them. I think the ideal candidate for adoption would be someone who is a work-at-home person, maybe retired, and would like a cat to spend all day with. Because Peaches will be very happy to be that person, or that cat, I should say. All day and all night. She will sleep with you too. And she's happy in a room this size. So even if you got a small apartment, she'd be fine with it. As long as she has somebody to hang out with. She's also good if you have to leave the house for a while. You know, I give her meds shortly after midnight, and she doesn't start calling for me until like 8 a.m. She's not too keen on being held, but I've been able to hold her briefly against my chest when I'm reclined. And she seemed to be okay with being held like this, like a baby. So I think I will try both before I leave. There is a light on in here at all times. At a minimum, there is a 40-watt LED bulb right over there, on top of the kennel cage. Sometimes right now I have the overhead light on and I have the curtains open. If you're concerned about cats having the day-night cycle, cats do not operate on a day-night cycle like humans do. They sleep upwards to 16 to 20 hours a day, and they like to find the brightest, sunniest spot to do it in. But she is getting, and any fosters I have, are getting that day-night cycle because there's still plenty of light that comes through that window, even with the curtains closed. I'm getting over the crud that I got yesterday. I'm feeling fine. I just got a raspy throat. Oh, you were just too adorable. Oh, I have a camera here. Stretch. Oh my God, you're so cute. I just uploaded 3 pictures of Peaches to the Critter Room on Facebook. Does that feel better? Shake your head. She's purring, but then again, she has an easy purr. I do know that her tail is wagging a little bit more. We'll see how she thinks about it once I stop petting her. Of course, now I get an itch on my eyebrow. I think she had protests for being put into this position, but once she got into it, she likes it. Okay, girl, I have to go now. Somebody just scratched an itch outside the door. I think I'll leave the curtains open. That way, if she does any playing in here, you'll get a decent frame rate with the extra light. Before she steals my seat again. There you go. Enjoy the peaches. Have a nice day.